just the one package arrived today. Before that, the missing Star Trek Generations and Star Trek First Contact from last week, and second season of Castle. So let's get this open. Fortunately, this isn't all of the update. This is just what arrived today. Only one thing, and that's Noir on Blu-ray. Let's see, this is Region A. Dub, yada yada yada. Now, of course, I've got the DVD version, but I bought the Blu-ray version because I'm collecting them on Blu-ray as well. So we've got artwork, no artwork. So pretty straightforward anime classic release. And now we got the other things that arrived. That would be this pile of things. Let's go for the big one first, and that's Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. Blu-ray disc box 1. This feels... See, I didn't open this one up. Obviously, it's getting harder to as I stretch that. Alright, somewhere here, right here, there is a tape placed to open it. And I think the tape is a little broken, but whatever. These seem to be tighter than usual. Like I saw the problem with this last time. Yeah, maybe I just won't put that back on because I think we want to dig inside this. The consistency of this is very different, unexpected. This is the full artwork on the back. Nothing else amazing about the other side of it. I really like the way this feels. So we've got, just like the old Fate, 0 Japanese releases. Fate Guard Order. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are advertisements. Oh. And on the inside here we've got disc 1. Always have to begin with Saber. Okay, so we've got Saber's Command Seal, I believe. Oh, yeah. These were in here, weren't they? We got the second case. Interesting. So, these are kind of hard to rotate to show the artwork better. But we've got Lancer and Berserker. They call it Mage. Well, this last one is the compact disc, which has at least the first part of the original soundtrack. Oh, Caster, yeah, that's what it was. Oh, of course, and that's Assassin in the background. Caster and Assassin. I was trying to remember these names earlier, actually. My friend who I rewatched the first series with. Got illustration booklet 1. Excellent stuff. Garden of Avalon. Most of which is gibberish. Oh, art on the back. And then we got the English translation booklet, which is probably just literally translations, as expected. Now, the only question is, yeah, you know, slipping it in like that seems okay. Now that said, I'm wondering if this one I want to slip in like this. I don't remember if it was in like that in the first place, but nice and consistent. Let's actually do the next Aniplex one first, just to stick with Aniplex. We have Magi, the Kingdom of Magic, set 1. So, naturally, I said these were supposed to arrive like 2 weeks ago, and they were a little slow. Turns out that's a good thing, because otherwise today would have been a really small update. I mean, as it is, it's already an incredibly expensive update, just because I probably paid over $400 for that. They're not cheap. Wait for the American release if you value your budget. Let's see, the back of this. If I remember right, this is a DVD only release. It says DVD region 1. Okay. So, content-wise, I can't comment too much on these characters since I can only very vaguely remember what I watched before, and I was halfway through the first season, so who knows what additional things there are. Maybe catching up on this series will be my next goal. I don't know. Let's see, we got our proof of purchase. We got a questionnaire. We have a pencil board. One of these. Double-sided. Although I really like the colors on this side. The green especially. Just contrasted by the blue, the red, and the yellow. That makes it nice. We got this. Oh, you know what? Maybe y'all noticed me putting it up here. Before we get too far away from Fate's Stay Night, this also came with the package with both of these. I'm guessing it has more to do with pre-ordering Fate's Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works, and I'm guessing that simply because contents of this. Let me pick up the camera. Give y'all a good view of it, I think. Should be okay, right? This one's nice and small, so there's actually a lot of places I can fit this. I have to decide what I'm going to do with it. I want to put it up somewhere. Last but not least, we have Holy Night, which is actually a highly relevant release just because it's a Anime Works release, aka Media Blasters, having finally released something new for the first time in a long time. I mean, so much of their stuff gets delayed and whatnot, so we've got at least one new thing. Or maybe Yamibo will come out. Well, that's this week's anime DVD collection update. So, last week I finished Bokurano. I thought it was a pretty enjoyable series overall. It didn't end with any big mind-blowing things occurring, but sometimes it's okay when that happens. I mean, there's a different sort of tone to the way it ended. I guess I don't want to talk about that too much, just because sometimes that can spoil too much. Overall, I enjoyed watching it. Again, from last week, it was definitely one of those horrible things happening despite what you would normally expect to be happening sorts of things. And it's mostly happening to really young people. Each of them more or less has a story. I mean, it's not like an individual person per episode, but you can definitely tell who's going to be piloting the robot next just because the story shifts to them pretty much. So, I watched 1.5 episodes of A Student Council's Discretion. I didn't stop because it was bad. I stopped because I've just been kind of tired. And I could probably continue watching this one, but I think I wanted an anime that stimulated my imagination a little bit more, I guess. Which is not to say that this one wouldn't necessarily do that, but it seemed very confined to the student council room and their group and their activities, and they had amusing things to say, but it felt kind of like a sketch group almost, I guess. Like, I didn't feel like there was story potential of, I'm wondering what's going to happen here, because the characters themselves are already aware of that sort of stuff. I definitely have to give it props for very amusingly referencing Dragon Ball Evolution, just as something horrible that we know exists, I guess. And so, there's definitely things about it that would be funny, but for some reason I don't know. Anyways, like I said, I was looking for something more mentally stimulating, I guess, and so I gave a Denki Guy a try. And it, I think, was a step above Student Council's Discretion. Trying to think what I would actually want to mention, but some intriguing things happen, but I think the characters are kind of walking on a thin edge to me of feeling like a caricature for the sake of being a caricature versus not. They're doing a pretty good job with her and him. These characters I'm not as sure about. I'm not saying they're bad, but again, I kind of feel like I'm not quite sure how everything mixes together. Oh well, it's at least been entertaining and probably closer to what I was looking for. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. It's probably just because I spent all of Saturday with a friend, so... And last week was busy. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it really hasn't been that much anime at all, has it? I don't think I've been watching anything else. I don't think I've been playing that much Monster Hunter, so I guess this has just been one of those really out of it weeks. Today may seem kind of bad, but that's because we were out doing some golf stuff at the driving range. Oh well, it's more exciting somewhat soon. I should be ordering all of next month's anime. But I'm not quite sure what's on the horizon. I guess there's some Gundam thing about the ship. And next week has a lot of new releases, I think. So it's pretty much in contrast to this week's. So it should be good. Hopefully I won't pre-order all of next month's anime in time so that I'll have any interesting observations. I mean, I already noticed that Sword Art Online 2 is on the horizon, so I should really watch that Sword Art Online Extra Edition thing, since I do believe that's supposed to be a sort of bridge into Sword Art Online 2. But beyond that, I'm not sure, so I guess probably after I get the Denki guy, I'm gonna want to watch Yuki Yuna as a hero. Maybe Tokyo Ravens. I don't know. One Piece. Hopefully, I will be able to get around to One Piece this week. So that's everything that comes to mind to talk about. Y'all have a nice week.